Hey folks, it's September 30th, 2021. I did my 500th post yesterday on Ray Dalio and his Comey connection, which is a problem. But there's a bigger problem. Well, if you talk to Democrats in Darien, where a lot of the Blackwater people live, the hedge fund of Ray Dalio, they openly discuss that John Paul Tudor Jones, who runs another hedge fund, was leaving Connecticut and taking his billions with him to Florida. So Ray Dalio owns houses all over the place, so he really doesn't need to be in Connecticut. Neither does his employees in Westport. His office is in Westport. So Comey lives in Westport, so you know. So Dalio hired Comey to be CEO or CFO. It doesn't matter. He gave him a $3 million signing bonus. And then this is in the middle of Comey's FBI career. Then he went down for the Mueller report. So Mueller has connections with the FBI in New England, and it's a pretty disgusting thing going on. But what do you need to know? You need to know that when John Paul Tudor Jones decided to pull out of Greenwich and go to Florida, that Dalio threatened to pull out of Connecticut and take his hedge fund money down to Florida, where he would save an absolute fortune in taxes. So I'm told that Lamont offered him a $400 million tax deal to stay in Connecticut, keep his employees in Connecticut, and not uproot to go to a tax-free income state like Florida. And in return, Ray Dalio was going to give Connecticut a $100 million philanthropic gift. However, when you exchange a $400 million tax write-off for a $100 million gift, it's as if you didn't benefit at all, because the gain on your taxes is offset. And that transaction is illegal. That is illegal, to take a tax write-off in exchange for a philanthropic gift. Now, that's what Ray Dalio proposed, and Lamont accepted. So here we go. I'd like to put something on screen, an article, Here it is, the Ray Dalio philanthropic gift. Ray Dalio, philanthropic gift. Well, that wasn't the right article, folks. Skype, public schools. Here we go. Let me switch. Let's make it bigger. So here's private philanthropic deal in public schools. Can he make it work in Connecticut? Let's read the article. I'll take myself off the screen. Let's go down. Mark Zuckerberg's donation deemed a failure. Okay. The Dalio Foundation has stepped up in a significant way. See, Lamont was pushing all these changes to the educational plans in Connecticut by grouping and busing, and Bob Duff ran a charge to redistribute and reorganize the schools, and he was getting a lot of bad press. So here's the fix-all. Ray would give a philanthropic gift exchange for a write-off, and Lamont said it would be, behind closed doors. No one would find out about it. So Dalio took the write-off. Then when people were forcing Dalio to disclose his relationship and the deal, he reneged on the philanthropic gift. So he took the write-off, and he never gave the philanthropic gift, therefore saving $100 million in taxes. My initial reaction was, "Oh no, not again," she said. When there are these gifts and that sort create new things that are not sustainable over a long time, and then wealthy philanthropists can ultimately decide not to continue funding those things. It only contributes to greater volatility to the public system. That's not true at all. I am told by a Democrat, who I don't need to reveal her name at this moment, but the tax department of the hedge fund knew about the deal. They were sworn to secrecy. It was leaked. I got a call. I met with the woman. She explained it to me in the driveway. So, what I'm saying is the philanthropic gift of Dalio was due to a tax write-off. It was a scheme and is scandalous. And the fact that Comey was a Republican bribed by Dalio and the hedge fund industry. Look at some of the other hedge fund problems in Connecticut. Look at Bernie Madoff, chairman of NASDAQ, and his Ponzi scheme. You can't have the state of Connecticut with an offshore, non-disclosed Cayman Islands deal. Do you know in the Cayman Islands they have bearer corporations? Meaning, this is exactly what happens. You form a corporation, it's bearer form. Whoever's holding the document owns the company. If you subpoena me to testify in a court case, I merely have to hand my documents to my brother, go in, testify I don't own the corporation, and I'm not committing perjury. The owner at that moment in time, in bearer form, is my brother. I don't have a brother. I have 4 sisters. So here we go. After the court case, they walk out of the room, the stenographer is shut down, and the brother hands back the corporation in bearer form to the Cayman Island business owner. You can hire a person to manage your company by paying an annual fee of about $3,000. So there's a lady named Nancy Lake, very nice lady, corporate business Cayman Island executive, runs your bank account, gives you a credit card, and many, many people use offshore bearer form accounts to hide expenses or private placement shares, securities of any kind, and the corporations in bearer form. This is a method of organized crime like the Isle of Man uses. People in Connecticut don't understand that those corporations are playing a shell game with a corporate shell. Delaware corporations can't get away with that. But Delaware corporations can own Cayman Island offshore funds, offshore accounts, offshore businesses, and can expense items like these funky islands that these mega billionaires own. What I'm saying is anyone who, like Ray Dalio, was afraid of disclosure and pulled the philanthropic deal obviously has something to hide. He also funds the campaigns of Jim Himes, Bob Duff, money raises for Senator Murphy, money raises for the DNC. Look at the developers' payments to the DNC. Look at the lobbyists' payments to, for example, Harry Rilling as mayor of Norwalk. Look at the 41 pages of lobby group payments to Bob Duff's PAC, run by Dean O'Brien, his secretary who's on his payroll. Bob Duff's not allowed to own a PAC and expense items through his PAC if they are payments, pay for play. Pay for play is illegal, folks. However, they don't enforce it at the Sikh, nor do they enforce voter registration law. They are all over voter fraud. Did you know that there was assault at Columbus Magnet School on Election Day in Norwalk, that a blind woman was attacked by Black Lives Matter? The people in Black Lives Matter was the daughter of the state rep running. Do you know the signs were illegal? Jim Himes' sign was illegal. The governor, Tong, Himes, and many more were inside the 75-foot barrier. We called the Sikh, we filed a complaint, our third annual complaint, and it was dismissed. However, they called Dan Haar at the newspaper to leak that the Sikh had made a ruling that was not going to be enforced. So we have non-enforcement of law on the books. We have Denise Merrill stepping down, and we need Dominic Rapini to replace her. I believe he has 8 people running against him, 1 primary. And when you look at the philanthropic gift of Dalio, and the way it unwound because he did not want it to be public information about the exchange, which is illegal. This is my Dalio post number 2. I'm trying to describe what I know about the philanthropic gift. That it was illegal, and he backed out of it, though he took the tax write-off offered by Lamont so he would stay in the state. It's criminal. And he has Lamont's undying connection now. Bribes.